What it do, guys? Manjoume here, and today we're going to check out the 8BitDo Ultimate 3-Mode Controller for Xbox. Now, I got this because, well, I already got the other Xbox-related items from 8BitDo, the keyboard, and of course, the mouse. Really cool items, and I use them every day. And I also use my Xbox quite a bit as well, and this is geared towards me in terms of aesthetic and for what it does. Now, I do already have a few Xbox controllers from this generation. I can say I have 1, 2, 3, no, 4. I actually already have 4 controllers. I have the base controller, the one you get with every one of them, that one. I have the Space Jam one. I have the Anniversary Clear one, and then I got the one with the MetaQuest 3. Now I got this because, so let's take a look at the box. Contents: controller, charging dock, 2.4G adapter, cable, and manual. Notably, I think the dock is just a standard black one. They did not make it translucent green like they did with the controller itself, which is a little lame, but I guess it's just cheaper, easier that way. It includes Game Pass 1 month Ultimate, and I will leave the code either on screen or in either the description or in one of the comments below. Designed for Xbox, so it should just plug in and work. Now, notably, this sort of product only works wired. You cannot wirelessly connect it, although I imagine maybe the 2.4G adapter may work. I don't know, something about wireless technology that Xbox doesn't like to kind of give out to other companies. That's why only the official controllers are wireless, whereas most of these other ones have to be wired. Looking at the side, see the compatibility list. Xbox designed for Series XS, Xbox One, Windows 10, 11, Android, and iOS. So basically this works for everything except Nintendo and PlayStation. Pretty good. Nothing there, a little greasy. 8BitDo. Let's look at the back for a second. 8BitDo Ultimate Software, available at Microsoft Store and 8BitDo support. You have mapping, something along with the sticks, triggers, and vibration. Special features: wired for Xbox, see, that's that right there. 2.4G for PC, and Bluetooth for mobile. So that's exactly how it connects and is pretty much in line with what I expected. It needs to be wired to connect to your Xbox, and on the bright side, so there shouldn't be any problems with latency for the Xbox because, well, it's directly plugged in. There's no really intermediary there. On PC, there's a chance, but I really doubt it with this sort of connection, 2.4G. Bluetooth on mobile, that one I could see there potentially being some latency. Hall effect triggers and joysticks. That seems to be the new standard that's been going around for a few years now, and I'm not exactly sure what that means. 2 Pro back paddle buttons. Hopefully they don't get in the way. I've heard that sometimes they could. Charging dock, impulse, trigger, and vibration. I don't know what impulse for trigger means. If it's like the DualSense where there's like feedback and it pushes against you and there's that tension. Personally, I don't need it, and I actually recently had to replace a spring in my DualSense controller. Not the hardest thing to do, but kind of annoying that you have to do it at all. Tactile bumpers in D-pad, so that's cool. Custom profile switch, and it is officially licensed, which, you know, makes sense with everything else we've seen today. So let's open it up. Oop. It's as easy as that. I say that and I'm gonna mess up. Okay. That comes up. And this should just pull right out to reveal another box. And inside this box is more things to pull. So I guess if you got this secondhand, or you can tell if you got this secondhand, because there's 3 things to pull. Here is the unit. Oh, it came with a couple of thumbstick grips. I know they do sell this separately, or there's like bundles you can get on Amazon. Kind of cool. I've never actually used them, but hey, I got them. Might try them. And here's the controller itself, which we'll set aside for a moment. I think this is the dock. And yes, it is just a normal black dock, and with 3 connectors, that's probably how it charges. USB-C in the back, which is how it charges. And there's a little compartment here. I wonder if this is where the 2.4G receiver is housed in here. So it's cool that there's a place to put it, because obviously you're not going to put it into the controller. At least that'd be a weird thing to do. So I like that you have that right there. But that also means that the dongle, not that it matters, the dongle is also black and not like a clear green, which I think we might have actually had with the Xbox keyboard that 8BitDo has, and maybe even the mouse receiver. All right, I just took a look. The mouse does have that translucent green on it, but the keyboard does not. Just to clarify that. But other than that, it will sit right there onto that. See what else is in the box. A lot of paperwork to tell you how to probably go between the different modes, how to set certain things, and it's probably also in different languages too. Yeah. So just the English section, it probably isn't all that expansive. Now, oh, there is another compartment here. I'm gonna guess the USB cable to connect it to your console, which is gonna be necessary. Now, what I think would be cool is if, actually, I don't even think this is the case, or is it? Oh, I think it might be the case. See, there's a little diagram and it says 2.4G receiver. So you're meant to not just house it in here, but it connects. It's connected. And what I hope it does now is that if I connect my USB-C to this into my computer, it'll both act as the receiver, because it's plugged in, it's connected, and the charger, because it always saps energy, I guess, and you can charge it that way. I wish you could do that with Xbox, but it did explicitly say that it has to be wired, and this would no longer be that. You probably have to plug it directly into this. Oh wait, yeah. Let's get whatever's in here. Ooh, what I do hope is that we get a green USB cable, because they did give us that with both the mouse and keyboard, and they did not. I mean, that's fine, I guess, as long as it's a good length cable, which it does look like it, and it does feel pretty sturdy as far. So did they just get one of these like off the shelf or like off of a, stand, and then just squish it and then stick it right in there? That is really funny. This will be good until 10/31/2027, but either way, I'll be putting it in somewhere else, either in the video or around the video. So whoever wants to get this 1 month of Game Pass Ultimate can get it. Kind of weird that that's how they put it in there, because they could have stuck it just like that. They didn't have to fold it up, because this looks kind of, I don't know, this doesn't feel as professional when they do this. But now with all the rest of the stuff out of the way, we can take a look at the controller itself, which definitely feels, I don't know, I guess like wider than an Xbox controller. Here's my normal pad. It definitely has more like kind of angling outward kind of thing going on there. Whereas this thing doesn't angle outward, it kind of angles straight down. So there's going to be different ergonomics with that. The sticks are a little different. I think one thing that's very notable is that this has concave center. This one has a convex center that I do believe the DualSense has. So if you're a fan of that over something like this, you might prefer this one, especially if you just have Game Pass to play games like on the PC or something, because this is compatible, especially with the dock, which, okay, so yeah, the 3 dots are in the back there. And wow, okay, so this switch here, I don't know if it comes up super well, but there's a PC mode on the far right. The middle is the Xbox mode, and I'm assuming, I don't even know what that icon is, but it must refer to Bluetooth, because that's the modes that we got here. Oh, it says it on the bottom. 2.4G, wired, and Bluetooth. But it also has it kind of logoed up above it. It's kind of hard to see there, but we have the programmable buttons right there. It does kind of sit a little low. Yeah, it extends like right there. So if you're just holding it in kind of a natural stance, I do feel like I could accidentally press it. If you have it set to nothing, it shouldn't make a difference. But if you have it set to anything, you're gonna have some accidental inputs there. As far as the rest of it, get that off. I mean, it's a controller. I do like that the inside of the stick is also clear and with like kind of a shiny metal style cylinder to that. Looks really nice. D-pad is clicky. Don't know if I love the travel distance. Trying to do a down forward motion. Don't know if I love that. We have all the accoutrement that a Xbox controller needs to have. The 2 buttons, the share button, you have the home button, of course. Then you have the 8BitDo specific buttons like the star and the 8BitDo button itself. You have a mic switch where you can turn the mic off. Switch is off, so you see, I think it's red on this. Yeah, it's red. Sometimes they do orange, but red meaning it's off. Now it's on. I like that switch. I prefer that over, I think the DualSense has a button for that. And it just makes the controller light up, I think, like orange or yellowish when it's off. And I don't need that. You just have like a basic switch so I know it's off and I'm good. Because it's just going to draw power. Even if it's not a lot of power, I think I prefer that. Very clicky. Now these kind of remind me of the Sega Saturn controller, which is very interesting to get that kind of feel from it. And even if I press over in the corner, I'm still getting a click, which is good. Because sometimes if you're pressing it, you're meant to press it from the middle. Good click. But I was wondering, you know, even at the side, barely do it, it's still registered, which is good. You know, that means it's working great. And then the triggers, that's what it looks like. It works out pretty well. Definitely a different style to the Xbox. But, you know, if this works out well, this will become my standard PC controller, because I can, I think, just have it plugged in and then do that. It's charging. Then when I want to use it, pick it up off the stand, make sure I'm on PC mode, or if I'm already on there, whatever, and then play. Then if I want to use it on the Xbox, switch it and then plug it in. Although I may always have this one plugged in or get a different one to always have plugged in. And I can always use the USB cable that came with the mouse or keyboard, and it is green and it matches this more so. And I use that one to have it, you know, wired, plugged in, play whatever game, switch back to PC mode, and I'm good. I'm hoping that stays good in terms of the magnetic dock. It's pretty cool when it works because it just kind of goes into place. You don't have to perfectly place it in. And then I guess I'll try these out. I'm not really one to use this kind of thing, but hey, why not? I wonder how they actually come on. Okay, I think if I mostly get one end going, I can probably get the rest of it. Okay. Yeah, that's about right. And yeah, being more rubberized, it definitely has a better thumb grip to it. And I guess while I'm at it. And if I end up not liking it, yeah, just take them off. No biggie there. But I appreciate that they came free. So you didn't have to pay like $5 or whatever it cost. What is kind of messing with me right now is that I put them in different orientations instead of putting them facing the same way. I guess I could just kind of rotate them, and I might later, but right now this seems pretty nice. Also keeps you from wearing down on them. I'm not as crazy avid of a hardcore gamer that, you know, my controllers look super worse for wear. This thing has seen some better days, and I could be cleaning this a little nicer than I have been, but I don't think it looks like a controller that I've had for multiple years that I've run into the ground, at least not yet. The most you probably noticed is I had had a skin on this before, and that might be what is going on in terms of surface quality on this guy. But other than that, that is it for the 8BitDo Ultimate 3-mode controller for Xbox. This is the translucent green version, and just for quick comparison, it does match up pretty well with the mouse, and it was made also for the keyboard. So the colors do line up, although I think it's kind of a different, maybe different sort of green. Like the tint is a little greener on this. I don't know. Could be the lighting, but they are very close. Much closer than this is to, was it the Retro Fighter Xbox controller? That's the closest thing for comparison I can think of. But this does complete my PC setup in terms of Xbox 8BitDo accessories. I only wanted one controller, and this one having the right color that matched my keyboard and mouse was going to be the one I was going to go for. If you want to stay up to date on my videos and live streams, both YouTube and Twitch, check out links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining. That's all for now, guys. Manjoume out.